Hello and welcome everybody to the Yard Red Festival, as we actually had to switch over to Twitch since ESFX once again was not cooperating with us, but hopefully you're not gonna miss anything, as this is going to be the upper bracket semi-final, Denial Esports versus Power Rangers in a best of 3 series. Should be a pretty tight one, to be honest. Can't really give the edge to anybody, at least not on paper. But we're of course HeflaTV, the English coverage for you for this tournament. I'm Coucher and I'm joined by Mike Loris. How you doing?
Doing pretty well. IO Legion Commander, definitely a nice way to start the first game of the day. Not going to be able to cast all the games unless they all last like 10 minutes, which is a possibility. But yeah, it should be a pretty good one regardless. I mean, IO just heavily prioritizing that as a first pick clearly means they have something up their sleeve. And whether that's going to be with the Legion Commander or a different hero, it still remains to be seen. But Disruptor on the field is already going to give Denial a pretty good counter to whatever antics they want to run with that hero.
I mean, I would just love the opening. I mean, Power Rangers, I guess they're a true CIS kind of team. They kind of like aggression as well. Before, when they still had they still had FNG as well. Their supports, they used to roam so much early on. With the IO and Legion, might not be the case all that much, because IO not the greatest of roaming usually, or setting up some kind of dual lanes. But those dual lanes should be pretty strong in their own right, of course. Looking at the second set of bans though, Power Rangers banning out the Naga Siren. I guess you just don't want to deal with that hero, period, whichever game you may be in. Ancient Apparition also banned out. Of course, that would just completely negate the IO double heal effect. Magnus banned out by Denial themselves. So, do you have any predictions what heroes we're gonna see next?
Well, Skywrath Mage is banned out. That would have been one of the best for Batrider. I would expect to see some sort of counter to the Batrider from Power Rangers, possibly even another hero to potentially partner up with that IO, as Legion Commander generally could be self-sufficient. So for Power Rangers, I think maybe even considering a Vengeful Spirit and Denial, well, I wasn't going to say a Phantom Assassin, but now I'm going to say they're going to pick up a Phantom Assassin for sure.
Nice prediction, man. You pulled it.
I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect that hero to come out either. Well, I guess up against Duel, the Blur Strike, not Blur Strike, should still work, right? So Evasion might come into effect as well. And, well, Power Rangers picking up the Ogre Magi. It's a hero that, if lucky enough, or skilled enough, I guess you can put it, if he gets the multicast on the Fire Blast, you can just kind of try to blow up the hero that gets dueled. Usually Legion Commander, you want to start it as early as possible, get the duel, start racking up the damage from that, so that you would actually get so-called free items, at least damaging items. So, It's not a bad idea for Power Rangers picking up the Ogre and whatever carries or cores they may go for as a 4th and 5th pick. Just Bloodlust will help out everybody immensely. Plus, of course, Denial, unable to pick up the Ogre themselves now.
Yeah, so it's going to be Power Rangers. I think they need a little bit of potentially initiation, just because Io could relocate in with the Legion. Can't really do much unless something is already set up. So they're going to need something along those lines. Even for the early game fights, if they do want to get those duels in, it's going to be hard to do it just off of Ignite Fire Blast when you're dealing with Kinetic Field, Glimpse, and Phantom Assassin, Phantom Strikes, and Batrider Firefly. So like pretty much no matter who you're going to be going for, it's going to be very difficult to actually catch up to them with Legion. And then it'll be even harder to kill them now that the Treant Protector is on the field for Denial. And yes, it's a Lina. And by the looks of it, it might be a core Lina too.
Lina, to be honest, I've seen her a fair amount over the past week or so. So maybe that hero, finally people are actually realizing that how strong she can be. Of course, against Phantom Assassin, you would love to have as much magic burst as you possibly can. And Lina, going for the Aghanim Scepter can even make it so the PKB won't really help you all that much anyway. Pure damage plus Pierce's spell immunity as well. So, nice pickup, the Lina here. Treant Protector, it's... To be honest, I don't like that hero just because he's usually played so damn passive and Treant just really has almost little to no effect in the early game. Living Armor can make the difference if you want to dive or just maybe somebody escapes a gank or something. But still, I'm just not overly convinced of the Treant's just overall usefulness.
Yeah, I mean, Power Rangers do have like large chunks of damage, so they're not going to be easily able to burn through those charges, with the exception of Ignite. That'll burn through it pretty quickly, and that kind of makes sense. And then Denial, well, they're going to go for an OD. I think this does make a Treant Protector a little bit better. I mean, he's a hero that, as you said, doesn't do that much in the early game, but he lets your allies do a lot. And when you're talking about OD and Phantom Assassin, these are heroes that can go super aggressively if the situation calls for it and if they have the opportunity. And with Living Armor, they will have more opportunities. It's also going to lock down the mid lane for Power Rangers. They need a hero that's good versus OD that is going to work with their lineup right now. I imagine it's going to be a core Lina, as I said before, but Lina versus OD is not the matchup you want.
Well, Lina can maybe stay at a distance. For example, I've even seen like Windrunner used to deal with the OD, just stay at the range, spam the power shot, and OD can't really even get close enough for the Astral Imprisonment. Lina has pretty great attack range. Attack animation though, not that great. So, we'll see. Lina could still work out, but like I said, not the best of opportunities for them. I'm not too sure if they have space to just go for a mid laner though that can deal with the OD well.
Yeah, I mean, their lineup is kind of cluttered with their IO Legion Commander, seemingly their Legion combo, and then, you have Ogre Magi, Lina, those stuns and the nuking damage. They would like to have a little bit more physical potentially, as they're currently very heavy in the magic department, but I don't know, up against Phantom Assassin, that's going to be hard, and finding a physical hero to deal with OD is so narrow. I'm like trying to rack my brain for a pick that is going to be decent. And generally the counters are like, you go for what?
Conka.
That would actually be pretty good.
They have, Ogre to set it up, Light Striker ready to follow with the Torrent as well. But Viper is the pick. I guess Viper doesn't need all that much mana to deal with the OD.
Yeah, Viper was one of the older heroes to deal with OD. Razor, another go-to. He doesn't really like having no mana, the Viper, but if you just really prioritize your Nether Toxin as well as your Corrosive, then the fact that you won't be able to spam Poison Attack won't be relevant all the time. So it's a nice pickup in order to counter the OD in certain situations, and we'll see if it works out if they do in fact end up with the lanes that they want, because there is always a possibility of IO lanes to be switched up a little bit, and OD doesn't necessarily have to be the mid lane either. So we're going to see how it works out as both teams load out into their lanes, and it is going to be Cheshire Cat going towards the top lane as a Legion Commander. Boots first, so Nico is going to be helping him out as the IO. On the bottom lane we have J4 playing the Ogre Magi along with Shachla on the Lina, and then mid lane it's Ditira on the Viper. PR have two Arcanas, so that obviously means they have an advantage.
Obviously, that's the only way you can look at it. But for Denial, Choral will be playing the Phantom Assassin, leaving fucking mad on the Treant Protector, with Fanzi on the OD. Shokska, I think, should be on the Disruptor, and the last one will be a stand-in Mango Banana on the Batrider.
Alright, so currently everyone up towards the top lane. This is looking like it's just going to be a defensive tri-lane for Denial. When you're running a Disruptor Treant, you can't really afford to be aggressive. And are they just going to leave Cheshire Cat over here alone? So Nico is going to be roaming around quite a bit. Disruptor Treant, it is quite a bit of damage. I don't think it's going to be enough to convincingly kill off a Legion commander. But can Io really go with Lina and Ogre and do anything else there, or are they just stuck with dual lanes?
They might be just looking at dual lanes at the moment. I mean, Io and Legion Commander, Io should be able to make it so that Legion escapes most of what Denial has. At least early on Disruptor, when he gets higher points into the Glimpse, might be a just nuisance after that. Treant though, he's probably mostly gonna just focus on pulling anyway. And Io, like we already talked about in the draft as well, his just roaming potential is pretty bad. The spirits, they can do a crazy amount of damage, but you would need levels for that. And unless you're like solo laning, you're not gonna get that many levels for them to completely wreck somebody, for example. We'll see though. I guess the bottom lane... Oh, it's going to be hard for Ogre to do anything against the Batrider, really.
Well, with a double damage opening, if he finds his shot, then they could go for it right now. There's the Fire Blast, LSA to follow up, and double damage. This is a ton of damage onto Mango Banana. One more right click from the Lina will get the kill. I mean, yeah, you usually won't be able to do anything, but if you find yourself an opportunity that good with a double damage rune, hell, you can make it happen.
Such a lucky rune to get, and of course, there was no vision for Denial anymore. They're nicely centered out before. Had the Batrider had the Observer still on this hill, no way J4 would have been able to just ensure the kill like that. So nice rotations, coming in from the river like that. The sentry ward just making a world of difference.
Up towards top lane. Already Sonico's in quite a bit of trouble. There is press the attack in order to keep him healthy, and Cheshire Cat, with a lot of movement speed from the Io and then a lot more from overwhelming odds, is actually going to go aggressive versus Paris. He's doing quite a bit of damage. Here comes Stifling Dagger, but Cheshire Cat's going to get this kill. Just need one more hit. There it goes. Denial are going to lose their Disruptor. Now Jarrell's going to try to kill off Sonico. He's surviving through this for now, though, as Cheshire Cat's going to go to town on everyone. Another press the attack is going to give Io a little bit more HP. Has another tether to get a little bit more distance as well. Although Glimpse, oh, it's not there. It's Thunderstrike level 1. Sonico might die to this regardless, though. Thunderstrike does do quite a bit of damage, but not nearly enough when it's only level 1. That was a very deep dive for Power Rangers. 2 versus 3 lane, and they're making it work.
Just extreme aggression coming out early, and the press the attack, not only did it give some nice health back to the Io, it also removed the leech sheet, so no heal back for Denial themselves, no slow on to Io to further just try to go for the kill. Really nice start for Power Rangers, and kind of exactly what you would hope as well if you're looking at their lineup. Phantom Assassin still farming up 7 and 2, just as well as Lina is in the safe lane. So not a huge difference there, but those early kills, especially the first blast, is making such a difference. For example, Mango Banana, he can't play that aggressively, although the Ogre shouldn't be a huge threat. And oh, top lane, they're going again, Choral. He comes in as well, another press the attack comes out. So Neko's still alive, but not for long, I think. Is he going to be able to survive and outrun this? I have my doubts. Tether into the creep. Cheshire Cat gets the counter kill, so a support for support in the end. I'm not even too sure who it really favors here, but I guess since it's a dual lane versus tri lane, then Power Rangers coming out ahead every single step.
Yeah, there are very few dual lanes that should be able to kill off tri lanes. Like, that's the point of a tri lane, to crush lanes that have one hero, to crush heroes that even more that have 2 heroes. But this is not supposed to be happening. Legion Commander getting double value with press of the attack through the tether, and then is just going so deeply. Like, you need more controlling ways of dealing with this Legion. Leech Seed is pretty good. Kinetic Field would be good. Now that they have Glimpse, they'll have a tool to keep each other safe, but still, if Cheshire Cat keeps playing this aggressively, then this lane could work out. Very rarely do we see Legions do this much hurt to the enemy lanes, because it tends to be a passive hero, especially when you're in the off lane. You want to be sitting back, hitting overwhelming odds occasionally, and then just mostly going for your level 6. But I guess if you have this much chasing power with the movement speed, tether, and soon-to-be phase boots, and an Orb of Venom, you can make a lot of things happen on this top lane.
Yeah, J4 even rotated in. I do believe Denial caught a glimpse of him. I toggled the vision maybe a second too late, but I'm pretty sure the creeps had vision of Ogre going into the side shop like that. Yeah, the pings come out now. Never mind, it was J4 himself, I think, pinging it. Not too sure what that was all about, but we do get a pause. Looks like Denial are having some issues. Maybe a semi-tactical pause. I'm completely fine with teams just pausing, or I would be fine if teams would do it more often, just a pure out tactical pause for like a minute or something, just cool off their heads, but most people frown upon that.
Yeah, I mean, in certain situations, it would be okay, but like not in the middle of a fight. If it's just like this, where nothing's actually happening and they're trying to decide, I would be more okay with it, but I mean, that never happens. Either way, it's going to be Paris and fucking Mad. They're smoked up and they're looking for a gank towards the mid lane. a disruption or an astral imprisonment level 3 is a pretty good way to set up, but this is a Viper we're talking about, and these two support heroes don't have that much damage. Right clicks, they might be enough to kill off the Viper, but he has 7 armor. I don't know if this gank could actually work out.
Maybe if they just get a glimpse, nice glimpse back, but glimpse being only level 1, you can't really get an excellent one off. We'll see, maybe. Fancy, of course, he's the one who has to start it off. If he was level 6, would be a little bit easier, just pop the ultimate. The difference between the intelligence on OD and Viper is just huge, especially with the Astral Imprisonment stacks as well. But they're gonna go for it. Astral Imprisonment comes out fucking mad. Is he gonna even get in range for the leech? It doesn't look like it. Well, that was fail. No, didn't even get into glimpse range, and now J4. He TP'd in just in case, but I would have at least expected them to get the leech to follow up and do a little bit more damage, but that was just completely whiffed.
A little bit mistimed. Funzy went too early, or his supports went too late. Either way you look at it, it's going to be Jichira who's going to continue to sit on this middle lane, and he's doing pretty well considering the matchup. He's pretty much even with the OD, and when you have a matchup like that, that's all you could really hope for. So really showing off the weakness of the supports, Denial. I mean, it's nice that they're trying to make stuff happen, but they don't really have the heroes to do so. And now J4, he's going to look to make something happen up on top, where Jaral's going to get hit with an Ignite Fire Blast. Does he have anyone to tether out to, or to blink out to? He does, but they're a little bit too far away. Now he has a blink out, but an overwhelming odds is going to crush that Phantom Assassin regardless. That's the 3rd kill for Cheshire Cat. He's on a killing spree in a 2v3 lane. This is going to look like a very scary Legion game. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't have any duel yet, but I'm sure that'll come soon enough.
Yeah, at the moment, overall, it looks pretty good against across all lanes for Power Rangers, although Jaslo might go down there when fucking mad. Not gonna even attempt to leech it, Batrider a little bit too far and way too low in health to come around and mess with the Lina. Mid lane though, Fancy, J4 is gonna go in, the Viper Strike is there as well. He's gonna have a defensive Astral in 1 second. Can he even pop it? Nope. That timing was just perfect. I mean, they must have called it out when Tichara got Astral Imprisonment. It's like, it's on cooldown, come now. And really, it's not an easy kill to get like that under the tower, but they made it work.
I'm also pretty sure OD tried to turn around and use Astral Sanity's Eclipse to try to kill off the Ogre, which is, I guess, a bold move, but, I mean, Ogre's not the dumbest hero in the world. He is pretty intelligent, so I don't think that would have even been enough if they did land that combination. So 5-1 and Power Rangers off to a fantastic start. I mean, all their lanes are doing pretty much better than you would expect. Batrider not having a good time, has Tranquil Boots, which is good, but definitely not enough. Lina, at this point, is holding on to her Laguna Blade. If Mango Banana gets hit with a random LSA, or if there's any rotation from an Ogre or something like that, then Lina can 100-0 the Batrider easy.
Overall, the Lina, he's been doing a pretty good job. I would have expected, since the Ogre left the lane, that Batrider can just kind of start, maybe not dominating, but doing way better than he is at the moment. But of course, having the level advantage on Lina already a little bit hard for the Batrider to deal with. Jestercat, does he want to go aggressive? There's the just overwhelming odds. He's gonna go for fucking mad first. He still has the living armor as well, Jestercat. He might have just overextended a little bit. Choral gonna go in with the Blink Strike J4. He arrives as well, Ignite. Catches fucking mad. They're gonna chase somebody down for sure here.
And it looks like it was going to be that Phantom Assassin trying to slow everyone down, or trying to deny herself to the neutrals. Either way, it's a lot of people on Denial taking a lot of hurt, whereas Cheshire Cat, he doesn't have any Stout Shield or anything like that, but he's still tanky enough with Press the Attack, combined with the IO heal, to just keep himself alive and keep going. Lina's going to go down in the bottom lane. Looks like Ogre got there a little bit too late to help out. I mean, Lina is still kind of a slow-ish hero if you don't get those stacks of Fiery Soul off, so Batrider finding a very nice kill. That's going to help him a lot towards his Blink Dagger, and given the way the game is going for Denial, they really need something like a Blink Dagger to start turning the tide.
Yeah, he got quite a lot out of it. I mean, up to 1.3k gold on Mango Banana. Really important kill, and like you said, Lina, not the fastest of heroes, and once there's a couple of sticky napalm stacks, the Batrider with the Firefly, he can just really run circles around you to ensure that there's no Light Strike Array or anything like that to actually connect on him. J4 though, he's still on the bottom lane on the Ogre. He is not in creep vision thanks to nighttime. Batrider, he's backing off though, so he should be just safe.
Batrider looks like he's going to be fine. He should probably start backing off to his jungle, even if he suspects that there's people here. They're going to rotate the Treant down here, so maybe Mango Banana is going to make the permanent leave of the lane, or he can just stick around and try to potentially get another kill. Doesn't have that much mana, though. He has one Firefly, and that's it, so he's going to try to steal a couple of these neutrals, but now he's being surrounded by both the Lina and the Ogre. A Fire Blast will set this kill up, unless he gets to the low ground, and he will. Sacho's still looking for it, but Mango Banana's home free.
Nice path off there, of course, but That was way too greedy of him, to be honest. Could have easily paid with his life there. Only had enough for the Firefly. He does make it out, so in the end, makes little difference. In the meantime, Legion, he's level 6, almost level 7 even in the top lane. Ayo, he's just playing it so safe at the moment, staying so far back. But the first duel, when do you think he's gonna get it?
Well, the IO doesn't have a relocate, so the first duel can come. It's probably going to be in a little bit of time. Maybe when Cheshire Cat gets 100 more gold, then he's going to want to go in, or just go in right now because the Observer Ward spots Paris is pulling. Yeah, I think Blink Dagger is going to come up on Legion, and then once that happens, he's going to look to duel, or just go right now because he's feeling good. He's phase boots and a lot of damage, although no overwhelming odds. He will not be able to do this convincingly, and well. He does now have enough gold for a blink. That could be the surprise. In the meantime, mid lane, Ogre is put into a bubble, and he's going to get Firefly all around him. I don't think he can escape this one. Schlacho trying to set up for an LSA, will land on a Mango Banana, but now the lasso onto the Lina has to make a little bit more distance. He's going to try to turn around for Laguna Blade, will not kill off the Bat Rider. Now Schlacho in a lot of trouble. Heal from Saniko is going to keep Schlacho up, and then the damage is going to come back through. Schlacho survives. Saniko coming in like freaking Superman, and Denial end up in the lower end of a 2-for-1 trade.
Really crucial just rotation from the IO, keeping Satchel alive, plus of course the double Light Strike array, catching both the OD and I think the other one was the Disruptor maybe there, so nicely done. And Disruptor overall, he's struggling so hard for levels. Fucking mad. He's level 5, so doing a little bit better, but Disruptor only level 4. You can't really make good use of that glimpse if it's at that low of a level. So Power Rangers, man, it's looking so good for them. Looking at the early graphs as well, almost a 4,000 net worth lead already, XP about 3,000 as well. So they can just keep on man modding, especially with the Legion Commander here. They want to do exactly that. As Cheshire Cat, maybe a little bit too deep, just running through the creeps, taking unnecessary damage. But he has a Blink Dagger after all.
I think right now he just wants to set up for a dive. He has two teammates here, of course Nico, always going to be in the area. Ogre's here as well. This is the time to let the first duel run, and Sneeko is going to run interference, just spot out everyone. He did block a little bit, but they're going to jump in for the duel and fucking mad. The heal now is going to come through, but it's not going to be enough. He gets glimpsed back, and suddenly the duel is nullified. Sneeko can take quite a bit of damage. Fucking mad dropping low as well, but not low enough. The overwhelming odds will not do him in. Now Cheshire Cat's on the run. Fire Flame Break will kill him off, and now J4 might get lassoed. Is there a lasso? There was a lasso, but they didn't use it.
I have no idea why. Maybe they thought they're going to get the kill anyway, but in the end, they still get just a heavily favored trade for themselves. That's going to be Blink Dagger on Mango Banana finish. 2 kills for them as well. And Power Rangers, I mean, Treant Protector, he's not a squishy hero. He has 1000 HP after all. And Ogre, not yet level 6, so no multicast possibility even. They completely overestimated just their power.
And also Glimpse just completely crushes duels, especially with most of the damage coming out from the Legion Commander herself. Like, she doesn't have a Scarif Mage high behind. They're going to go for Funzy, though. He's going to get imprisoned. He will dodge the LSA, but now the duel is going to happen on Paris. That's a 1 duel for Cheshire Cat. Might even be a second kill as he's going to charge forward for fucking mad. That's going to be a little bit harder to kill as they do go for Viper, for OD rather, and Phantom Assassin at the exact same time. Fire Blast is there. LSA to set it up with the Dragon Slave. Lots of damage from Shosh, though. No mana for Laguna. Don't even need the Laguna. That's a double kill for the Lina. A 1 duel for Cheshire Cat and a tower for Power Rangers. That definitely made up for the poor engagement up top.
Well, this time around, just going for the duel on a squishy hero like Disruptor. Such an easy thing to go for, especially since the other heroes were so close by at the same time. Oh god, and Laguna Blade, not even necessary for that. That's going to be Yule Scepter finish on Josh Law, and when he gets the Yules, it's a little bit like a Chikiro. You can be way more self-sufficient, just set up your own stance, but they want to go mid lane Paris. Holy crap, this Disruptor is going to get blown up so fast. There's the Fire Blast, Light Strike ready to follow. No Laguna Blade once again necessary. Cheshire Cat couldn't even activate the duel because the hero just died too fast.
Yeah, it's first world Legion Commander problems. Teams, stop killing the enemies that fast because I need to get my duel damage. They're going to go for the Viper down towards the bottom lane. Lasso this time is going to be used, pulling him right back into PA, plus Treant Protector. There's a lot of slows on this Viper, and he is going to go down. Tanky or not, he's definitely not tanky enough to do that, but it might be a trade. A Cheshire Cat's looking to set up for the mid lane. That's a tasty looking OD right there. All they need is a duel to set up, but OD sees this one coming from a mile away, and now the rotation in is going to spot Cheshire Cat. He has a Blink Dagger, so he's going to get out of there just fine. Still, Power Rangers, they lose the Viper, which is nothing good, but they're still playing just so aggressively, and they're not going to let up. As long as they have a Legion Commander with duel available, they should be looking for pickoffs.
That they should indeed. Just, you want to start building up damage early. Of course, you don't want to take them at really crappy positions when you might lose the duel, because giving away damage really isn't something you should look forward to. But so far, they played it decently enough. The first duel they went for, they didn't end up winning it, but they didn't lose it either, so it wasn't all that bad. At least as far as the duel was concerned, the fight overall was bad for them. Viper, he's level 10 bottom lane Choral. He was hanging around just getting some XP, but for the Phantom Assassin, XP alone is not nearly gonna be enough. Yes, the higher levels into the ultimate is gonna be good, but you need some kind of items as well. Maybe even a BKB might be necessary at some point, but their cores just aren't getting nearly enough. Although, funny enough, the Batrider is the highest farmer in Denial.
Yeah, and Batrider hasn't really been doing that fantastically. He does have 3-1-1, so his kill score is certainly making up for that fact. What do you think about the Viper on Power Rangers and his build? I mean, we have been seeing mech on Vipers and Razors less frequently. Do you think it's still good? Do you think this movement speed build is a little bit better?
To be honest, against OD, I think it just might be worth it. One Astral Imprisonment, otherwise, suddenly you can't mech, plus just use your ultimate and then have enough for some poison attacks as well. So it might be worth it going for this. I mean, I would love to, or I usually love to see mech on every single team. But just Viper, his mana pool is pretty damn crappy, to be honest. So in this game, it's fine. It's not like they're working up against a crazy amount of physical damage either. Phantom Assassin, if he's gonna blow you up with the crits, he's gonna do it anyway, no matter how much armor you really have. So I think it's fine here.
Alright, and we'll see if it pays off right now. Is he gonna go for Mango Banana? Here comes Relocate in. Dual damage? Man, these guys have to... Oh wait, no, that is Lina. Okay, yeah, all the Arcanas look the same. Lina's gonna come in, collect a little bit of experience there. Laguna Blade was used, although I think completely unnecessarily. Regardless, Lina Io relocating in while leaving Cheshire Cat up towards top. I really think they should be bringing in the Legion Commander instead, but hey, a kill is a kill, and especially if you get a tower kill off of that, they are going to plow this one down, and there's nothing Denial can do about this. They're not in position, and honestly, even if there were 3 or 4 heroes here, I don't think they would feel comfortable jumping in without their Batrider to jump in first.
Oh. Coming back to the Viper, looks like he's going for the mech now, just after the drums. Drums give you some nice stats, plus with the face boots, you're actually pretty mobile as well to chase people down. So, he's gonna just get the mech a little bit later, although, by a little bit, I mean just only a couple of minutes really. He needs the Ring of Regen and that's about it. So nicely done, getting the towers, getting the kills. Power Rangers, they are definitely in command of the game. I still agree with you though that they should be bringing in the Legion Commander instead of the Lina. Just because, well, only 10 points of damage stolen isn't all that successful really for a Legion Commander that has had such a good game.
Yeah, unfortunately all the kills happen pre-duel, and you really want all your kills to happen post-duel. Blade Mail is going to help her be more self-sufficient again, so you could jump in and duel someone like the Phantom Assassin. Yeah, you'll be blur missing, but you'll also be returning crits that she can't really deal with, so it's going to be a big fight brewing up on top lane. Batrider deep within enemy lines with the Firefly. This is not Power Rangers that know about this. They're going to jump in, try to go for Slotch though, but the Static Storm goes up and misses. Kinetic misses as well. Mango Banana did not get the initiation off. Now here comes the TPs. It's going to be Cheshire Cat to jump in. Who does he want to go for? He wants to go for Paris, but he gets glimpsed back. Can they kill off Paris and win the duel regardless? Looks like the duel, was it one? Yes, it was one. Now Ginger Ross can take a lot of damage from the OD, but not enough to kill him off. He will survive. Yes, Lychee will not bring him down, but Mango Banana's Flame Break will. Now it's going to be Funzy on the run. He's going to throw him up into the air. LSA to wait him on the ground. That's going to be a triple kill for the IO. Really? How did he get a triple kill? I don't know. But hey, it's Power Rangers taking a 3-for-1 anyway.
And the Spirits plus Overcharge, attack speed, IO too strong. And it's so sick that you can win the duel even while being in the Astral Imprisonment. Such a funny interaction really, but excellent fight for Power Rangers, and I think for Denial, it was botched up just completely by the Batrider, and they're going mid lane as well. Cheshire Cat, can he catch anybody duel on cooldown for another 4 seconds? Relocate ends. And they're gonna have to back off. Cheshire, do they have Glimpse? No, they don't, already used. But my god. I think they just killed the tower as well. Yes, they did. So once again, excellent fight for Power Rangers. They get the tower on top of that. And the Batrider, I mean, he just hesitated going for the Lina, or I don't know what it was, but he should have been able to lasso him, and Lina shouldn't have been able to do anything at all.
Oh, for sure. Like, once they messed up that lasso, they should have just said, okay, well, this fight is not happening, at least right now. Let's back off and, keep behind the river, and we'll go again in just a little bit. But then they dropped the Static Storm as well, and that hit, I'm pretty sure, just 0 people. So that's 2 big ultimates wasted by Denial. Overgrowth was there, I think, but I didn't really see it do that much, so really not relevant there. And by the way, after this pause, I'm pretty sure Slotch, though, is going to annihilate fucking Mad. Nothing you could really do about that as a treant, so he's going to die. But Power Rangers, I mean, they are taking all these towers, which is something that I really wouldn't expect from their lineup. Like, they don't have any quote-unquote pushing heroes. They're all about killing off other heroes instead of other buildings. So the fact that they're getting all this tower gold to supplement their already nice kill score advantage is actually pretty huge. Like, they're getting a lot further ahead than they really should be.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is as well that Denial, they have a tree and protector, but no effect at all. Chasla, there's the Yule Scepter, Light Strike Array, perfectly timed with the Dragon Slave to get the kill. And they might even get more as Choral gonna run into Cheshire Cat. He has the duel already, level 1, but he has the Blade Mail as well. It could be huge. He's gonna pop Blade Mail, Soneko gonna run into Choral. Never mind, the Blink onto Paris instead. Another 10 damage. And they might even get Choral. Choral going for Soneko. No crits though. Flame Break a little bit too late. G4 got the stun out to Fancy. Two of them might not be enough. Judgelo, another Yule Scepter. Up onto the Batrider. Does he have enough? Never mind. Not enough mana for the ultimate. Cheshire Cat on the run. J4 already down. I think they should be able to kill Legion Commander. Blink still on cooldown. Lassoed up as well. So he's going to be the casualty here. In the end, it's going to be a 2-for-1. Not that big of a deal. I mean, Legion Commander won the duel after all.
Yeah, when you have a Legion Commander winning duels, it's kind of okay, or more okay, that you take fights that aren't necessarily going to come out in your favor numerically, just because the next fight is going to be a lot easier. You get another 10 damage for that one, and then the next fight is going to be even easier still. You have this kind of snowball effect going, and you're okay with dropping those kills. Of course, getting Denial more gold and more experience in order to get their Phantom Assassin, a BKB, maybe get their Batrider, a Force Staff, which he now does have completed. Not items you want to be giving towards Denial, but still Power Rangers, they're comfortable enough with their position that they should be okay with that exchange, especially since now that Lena has more of a full mana pool, she will be able to finish off that Batrider next time. You really would want to always run with the full mana pool, Lena, but she does have some pretty expensive costing skills. Even with the Yule Scepter, it is pretty taxing.
The ultimate just takes so damn much, especially if it should be level 3. I mean, 680 mana cost, it's absolutely ridiculous. But he's gonna have the Aghanim Scepter soon to buff up the ultimate and really demolish almost anybody with just minor help afterwards. Tichara going for the mid tier 2. Fucking mad, he's around, not using the Nature Skies to completely go and scout things out or set things up with a nice overgrowth, for example. But they're trying to do something at the release. I mean, Mech has been finished on Fancy for quite some time on the OD. But really haven't felt the impact of a Mech just because the burst damage, if Power Rangers can actually focus on a couple of heroes, they can just burst those couple down so damn fast, and afterwards just it's like 5 versus 3, for example. Batrider, he's just gonna have to drag somebody out, and they're gonna have to have the numbers advantage to win a fight.
And it's really hard to do so. You have to be extremely fast when you're dealing with Yule Scepter and Fire Blast. Both of those come out pretty quickly. They're going to start in. Mango Banana going to jump forward for Tichira. He's going to bring the Viper way deep. And then the Overgrowth, fucking mad. Beautifully played there. This is going to be death of the Viper. Soneko also dropping very low. Lightning struck up. He will die as well. Shacho is going to get a short glimpse back, but now slowed down by the daggers. Rawl's going to blink forward. Trying to go for this Lena. Light Strike Array is available. He's going to throw one. Will land on the PA. Is this Lena fast enough to escape? The glimpse has already been used. Kinetic Field will not hit. And now daggers, well, actually going to be dodged by Yule Scepter, but that actually might do more hurt than help. Here comes Cheshire Cat with a duel, and Shacho does land another LSA. Now unleashing the magic damage. Joral's not going to win nor lose the duel, but they should clean up this Phantom Assassin regardless at the very least. Trying to blink strike out, not going to happen. The Batrider is also going to try to get some distance. I don't know if that's going to happen either. Fucking mad. Still around, still invisible. Although Cheshire Cat doesn't know about this, no true sight. He's going to pop the Blade Mail and try to charge forward for Mango Banana. The poison damage will kill him off. Legion Commander with the Blade Mail actually kills him off in the end. 19-13. And Power Rangers, well, Cheshire Cat, he's still around. Doesn't have a duel, unfortunately for him, but the revival of the Viper really turning that fight. Actually, no, it was a buyback, so it was a 4-for-2 in the end. Denial take a really good fight, and that's because they finally get their initiation off.
It's excellent fight for them, just a huge swing in both gold and XP from that. But Cheshire Cat, oh, he was so close to winning the duel actually. The living armor was what shaved Choral there, otherwise he would have gone down just that little bit faster. Blur isn't even maxed yet, and that's gonna be Phantom Assassin's BKB finished in a couple hundred gold. Unless he's just gonna die here. Cheshire Cat had the ultimate, might even go for the Disruptor. And the initiation, oh, the glimpse back, who do they catch? Cheshire Cat, he activates the pressed attack, Blade Mail as well, Soneko. They're going to relocate them out to safety. Nicely done, of course. Ayo, he's going to come back to die, or is he?
What? There was an imprison, but it apparently didn't work. And now they're going to come back, or the Io's going to come back, but then he's going to leave right away. Fucking mad. Has an overgrowth. He'll catch Soneko with it. He's going to get glimpse back. How did he get there? What happened? What is going on in this game?
Yeah, he got glimpsed back there, so he relocated. Actually, he relocated so damn close. He relocated to like here with the Legion Commander, and oh, Mango Banana might get the Viper. 4 step forward, Lasso comes out as well. They need a little bit more. Well, press the attack. No Lasso all of a sudden. So that just happened. But Io still died, and Denial, they're not losing anymore, or haven't lost anymore in a couple of minutes now. Even fought back, but Chashlo, he has himself the Aghanim Scepter. J4 helping out with the Bloodlust as well, and actually with the maxed out Fiery Soul, if it's gonna be maxed out, and just the Bloodlust. Even this Lina, for example, if she builds something like a Monkey King bar, she's gonna do a crazy amount of right click damage as well.
I think that should be the progression. They're going to jump forward and try to go for Funzy. Laguna Blade being committed. It will win the duel despite the fact that the duel was kind of interrupted. 44 damage now in the Legion. They're going to catch fucking mad. There is a Sentry Ward, but it is dying. Looks like it will not die in time to save the Latrine Protector. That's 2 kills going the way of Power Rangers. And Lina showing off her fancy new Aghanim Scepter by killing off a Outworld Devourer. Well, it's certainly going to be worth it, especially if they could take yet again another tier 2 tower off of this. Power Rangers have been doing so well at this. Like, every single time they've fought, they've first of all been winning, which is great, but then they've been taking towers, and that is something that you can't actually do unless you take fights on the enemy side of the map, very close to their towers. So it's risky for sure, because you run the risk of getting teleported upon, but if it works out, then it works out big.
At least Choral got that counter tower at the moment as well. Didn't get the last hit for himself on the Phantom Assassin, so hurting a little bit because of that. But at least they tower down, getting some form of gold for Denial. They're just doing so poorly at the moment. And they just don't have the heroes that can safely split push either. I mean, Batrider might be the best to do so and hope to survive. But there's just so many heroes that can maybe even solo kill a Batrider. I mean, Viper with the Viper Strike should be able to chase him down. Even Cheshire Cat can champ you duel. Chashlo with the Aghanim Scepter ultimate. And Batrider gonna get stunned up, Viper Strike, Laguna Blade as well. One more right click, living armor keeps him alive somehow. They need, just never mind. Viper Strike will be enough. Nice overgrowth with patching free with the oldie ultimate. But it's just not enough. Cheshire Cat gonna get healed back up by Son Neko. Does he still have the duel? Yes, he does. Who's he gonna pop it on Fonzie? He's gonna be the perfect target. Choral with his BKB just can't do anything. Can't even chase down Chashlo. Blink Strike, one more right click, never mind. Light Struck Array, Fire Blast, a few right clicks. And just 3-4-0. Denial, they used all of their ultimates. Well, of course, apart from the Batrider, because he just got demolished.
And that was also showing the value of Power Rangers healing. Suniko, with the tether on the right person, constantly bottling, wanding, all that good stuff. The mech also acting as a double heal. I mean, when you drop a fight like that, you expect to, at the very least, slow down the enemy's Roshan, but by the end, Power Rangers were all at full HP just because they have so many healing tools. They have the tether, they have the press the attack, they have the IO and the mech. And Denial, all of their efforts were for naught. I mean, they got close to killing Shotch, though. And then Io restored the Lina back up to full within the blink of an eye. This is a very scary situation for Denial. And Cheshire Cat, I mean, he's reaping the benefits. He's at 3,700 gold. I guess you would go for a tanky item here. Heart, Assault Cuirass, one of those types of things. Maybe a Maelstrom, but I don't know. He's holding on to quite a bit. 3,200 on the Viper. Now Blink Dagger being picked up on the Lina. And Ogre's actually not that close to his Aghanims, never mind. But yeah, there are big items coming up from Power Rangers. And Denial, they still have good heroes to deal with this on paper. Phantom Assassin, Batrider. But they're just not getting enough. The Phantom Assassin just has a BKB. And that means her damage is going to be pretty low. I mean, she critted a couple times in Lina, and she survived. And that's not supposed to happen.
So we just saw what the Legion Commander went for. Picking up a BKB, a pretty decent enough item choice. Just to make sure that, for example, you're not going to get glimpsed out of a duel. Overgrowth can still get you if you mistime the BKB. But Static Storm won't interrupt you, for example. Not too sure if it was 100% a necessary item, the BKB here in this case. But better safe than sorry as Chashlo. Oh, he's going to get scouted out by fucking mad. Blink forward, Chashlo. There's the relocate as well. Gonna go for parry. Static Storm is there waiting for the relocate gank. But he's still alive somehow. The Wisp Spirits were not quite enough. So Neko still alive. BKB from Cheshire Cat gets the duel. Laguna Blade into the tree end. They're gonna go for Fanzi next. Nice Light Strike Array. Fire Blast to follow. And GG is called. 26 minutes in, Power Rangers. Their dual lanes, they just worked out so well.
Yeah, those dual lanes are not supposed to work that well. Like, that was definitely an exception to the rule. I mean, they beat a 2v3 lane. They beat a tri-lane with 2 heroes. That's not right. That's not a world that I want to live in.
It's just the supports were so damn passive on the early levels, or the nature of the supports. The Treant and Disruptor can't really go all that aggressive themselves, don't have a huge damage output or anything. But guys, this was only game number 1 in a best of 3 series, so we're gonna have at the very least one more game coming out between Power Rangers and Denial. Denial definitely maybe just think about the draft, maybe go a little bit more aggressive themselves or something. But in any case, we're gonna head into game 2 now, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. I do hope you enjoyed the cast, and if you did, be sure to drop a follow on this channel on Twitch, as well as HeflaTV too. The Dota channels, at least for English, for us. Our social media, HeflaTV as well for everything. For the casters, it's at Coucher for me, everywhere pretty much. At Mike Lores for my co-caster. And see you in game number 2.